Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Fuel for Success. This is episode number 105. It's good to see everybody here this morning. We both got a slightly different perspective today with our video cameras. Some of it, in my case, due to technology, in Matt's case, because he likes fresh. And you're looking good this morning, my friend. How are you?
Hey, thank you, man. Good to see you. I'm blessed, happy to be alive, very grateful. Very grateful. Mike, gratitude really is the secret. I can change anybody's energy and emotions simply by getting them into a state of gratitude. Anybody. I literally believe we can cure negative emotions with gratitude. So I'm very thankful to be alive this morning, and I'm very thankful for so many things, man. But it's good to see you. It feels like a Monday today, doesn't it? Is you feeling that vibe where it feels like a Monday?
Yeah, in fact, when I was taking Danny to school this morning, there was a thing that was going on Tuesday, and the plans had changed. I was going to take my banjo in, and they changed all that. And I'm like, oh, I thought that was tomorrow because I thought today was Monday. She says, no, you're off the hook anyways, so no worries.
Nice, man. Feels weird you saying you take Danny to school. Caleb's already out, man. Isn't that crazy? His last day of school was Friday, so he's sleeping in this morning.
Yeah,
This is his
that's
last day.
cool. You guys,
What's that?
um, Britton's saying I got a little feedback. I'm working on that right now. We had a few snow days, so I'm
Oh,
gonna
that's
switch over,
right.
checking over this little different microphone. Hopefully that's better. Okay.
So did you do 105 like on the whiteboard there? That's someone's got to show respect for that. This is our 105th episode there, my friend. Appreciate the extra mile.
Marie from Canada likes it. Thank you, my Canadian friend.
That's all that matters. Mike Barrett is convinced that I love snow. I do, Mike. I actually love snow for like 3 days. December 23rd, 24th, and 25th. I
I would be
love
okay
it.
with.
You would be okay,
I would
what,
be okay
Mike?
with like 3 days of snow. This last year, I decided I was talking to my parents, and they were like, "Yeah, we're moving to Florida."
That's music to my ears, man.
Uh, well, and they're like hardcore Midwesterners. It's been Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota. They were both, born and raised. You know, what are you gonna do? They're like, had enough this winter. They got a farm, they've got cattle. They're just like, gonna retire, leaving Minnesota.
What's the moral of the story there, Mike? There's a lesson learned. Let's dig a lesson out of this. Let's each dig a lesson. I'm already thinking of one in my mind.
It's hard to live in the north. There's a lot
There's
more.
the
It's
lesson I
rough.
draw is anybody can change. So just hang in there. Sometimes life goes full circle, you just never know.
I was chatting with my dad, and he's like, "Yeah, we're looking at this place in Fort Myers, and there's a river. I can keep my boat there, and like in 20 minutes, I can be out in the Gulf and fishing." I'm thinking, like to fish with my dad in January in Florida. That would be okay.
No, no, no. Your dad and your buddy Matt.
Clearly, that's implied.
Clearly. Clearly. I love the four seasons too, Mike. So that's why I travel, my friend. I get four seasons. People are like, you live in Florida, you don't even get four seasons. Yeah, I do. Yes, I do. I travel. So I just get them, for little bits of a time. And that's all I need. Florida life is a good life. But, anyways, Mike, glad to see you on Fuel for Success this morning. Excited about this week. As take us away and tell us what Tuesdays are all about.
Well, Tuesdays are all about personal finance, um, and things around that topic. Uh, I like what you said this morning about gratitude, and even being grateful for what we have financially is very important. And I feel like if a person can't be grateful, they're probably not paying attention. Um, so every Tuesday we talk about personal finance, and today we've got some questions that are related to that, and I'm going to jump into them unless you got more banter, you know.
I got one thing to say real quick. First thing I want to say before we dive into the questions is a quote that I read that John Maxwell said. I love to study John Maxwell, by the way. He's just a
Hmm.
neat, all around awesome guy. He's got some really good stuff, really good books. I've read every one of them. But he had a quote that says, "If your dream does not match your self-esteem, you'll never reach the dream." I know that's kind of a tongue twister, but I really want you to listen to the lesson there, because what happens is, Mike, when it comes to success, when it comes to wealth building or financial freedom, we're never going to outgrow our mind. I was going through my books this morning, and I come across a book called The Magic of Thinking Big. And it's actually an old book, but it's a really good book. I'm actually going to pull it off the old shelf and read it again, because I so believe that our mind has to continually expand and grow. We have to enlarge our thinking. You know, even going back to where the Bible says, without a vision, the people perish, right? So you
Yeah.
have to have a vision of your financial future and your future in money, and you have to have the right thinking about it. And I've come across too many people, Mike, that still have negative energy and negative thought processes about finances. So I just wanted to just give you that quote from John Maxwell just to kind of start off your week, even though it's Tuesday, that listen, man, really don't ignore the hard work of increasing your confidence and your self-esteem and your self-respect, because money and wealth cannot exist in a person that doesn't have confidence or self-esteem. That's why many of the reasons you'll see that they say the average millionaire has gone broke 2 or 3 times. One of the number one reasons for this is what they had to learn about the energy of money, and what they had to learn about their thinking and their habits and just their whole attitude about money and wealth. And usually after they learn it about 2 or 3 times the hard way of losing it, gaining it, losing it, finally they usually, and they write about it. I've read all these books about it. They always write about, almost all of them have said they've had to change their financial blueprint. But I love what John Maxwell said. I'm going to give it to you one more time. If your dream or your self-esteem does not match your dream, then you're not going to be able to reach your dream. In other words, as high as your dream is, you have to believe within yourself that through God's help, you have the ability to reach that dream. You have to literally believe it. I can't overemphasize the need to believe in yourself, to believe in your dream. A lot of people, listen, my pastor was the home missions director of the United Pentecostal Church for over 10 years. You know what he used to tell me, Mike? He
What's
literally
that?
tried to talk people out of starting their church. He would be tough on them. He would try to talk them out of it. He would try to discourage them, because he said, if I could talk them out of that in my office, there's no way they're going to be able to go to a city and start a church and survive the adversity that they're going to go through. So remember this:
Yeah.
you can be talked out of your dreams. If you can be talked out of your, and same thing in marriage counseling. Listen, I've even come across marriage counselors that say, I actually try to talk couples out of getting married, because if I can talk them out of it, you've got to have such a determination, such a conviction, a belief that nobody can talk you out of it. You know, and it's not that you're bullheaded, it's not that you're stubborn, it's that belief in that inner fire that says, I know who I am. I know what God has called me to do. I know why I was born. I know that this thing that I'm about to do, you don't even need a plan B, because your plan A is, you're 100% persuaded. So when people start talking about plan B, you're like perplexed. You're like, plan B? What are you talking about? Like, my plan A is going to work. And I think that's
Right.
very important, to possess that kind of spirit if you're going to proceed with financial wealth. You know, everybody in the history of your family could have been broke. You may have never had a good example of good money management. You may have had bankruptcy in your family. and whatever. But that does not mean that you cannot change your financial blueprint and your personal energy towards money and wealth. So I just wanted to kind of start the show off with a little mojo, my friends.
Yeah. Hey, that's good. And you talked a little bit about having big dreams, having big goals, and Al asked a follow up question here, which I think is a great question. And before we jump into our finance questions, and this could be financial goals, this could be maybe career goals or whatever. Do you think people should tell others about those big goals, or just keep them to themselves?
It depends on this, Mike. It depends on your mental toughness. Me, I'm fueled by people that tell me I can't do it. So I'm actually the opposite. A lot of people say, well, be careful who you tell your dreams or goals to because, you'll get laughed at or you'll get criticized. Depends on the type of person you are and how you're motivated. And I don't mean that bad. Like if I see the wisdom of not telling people your dreams because it does bring out jealousy, it does isolate you. You go through being looked at or viewed as weird. I'm cool with that. So I'm going to broadcast my dreams. I literally am. Like I'm not afraid to tell anybody because I'm not afraid of the smart the smart Alex smiles. I'm not afraid of the mocking or the questions or the rolling their eyes. If they roll their eyes, that I'm getting up at 4 a.m. You know what I'm saying? If they tell me I can't do it, thank you. You know what you just did? You just propelled me to my passion and dreams. So, but that's just how I am. If you're weak-minded and, if the first person that laughs at your dream and rolls their eyes at you and tells you you can't do it, you're in 3 days depression, then no, don't tell anybody. You know what I'm saying? It just all depends on who you are. Like my son has a very clear dream. He wants to play shortstop for the New York Yankees, right? Literally out of 1,000 people he tells that to, 999 probably inwardly like, yeah, right? But I teach my son, listen, push right through that. Like, let one ear out the other. Like, there's a wisdom in what our grandma used to tell us. Let it go in one ear and out the other. Do you know how we need to return to that little basic piece of advice of starting to let things go in one ear and out the other? Meaning, it's
Do we lose Matt? Yeah. Hey, I like Al. I like how you took what Matt said and wrapped it back around here. So I think there's value in publishing your goals from a standpoint of exactly like you said. If people can talk you out of it, you're probably not going to get them anyways. I like it from a personal motivation standpoint as well. Uh, I think it does make a little bit of a difference who you're who you're talking to, and understand that if your goals and your dreams really are huge, then there will be people that will laugh. So just or criticize, or find issues with it, that sort of thing. So see what I can do about getting Matt back on here. We dropped him. We're working through technology things, of course. It's the life we live in. First world problems, right? Or third world problems, I should say. What? Huh, love the conversation y'all are having here. Um, We're going to jump into personal finance here in just a little bit. I want to remind everybody, of course, and I appreciate the feedback and the questions. By all means, if you have questions about personal finance or what we're talking about, jump in and ask them at any time, either down below, click on it, or even if you want to come on and ask a question on camera, click on the camera button and it puts you in a queue and we can check your connection. And if it's at least as good as Matt's, we'll bring you on camera. So, hey,
wow.
nice of you to join us.
You know, Mike, we are going right to the office of Spreecast here. This is, it's daily. I'm getting kicked off daily. Uh, anyway,
It's
so where were we,
it's
Mike
interesting.
Raymond?
It's actually your connection is actually pretty good, and what I'm thinking is there's some routing problems on their end, and I'm going to go ahead and submit a ticket with them. You know what? They have about two more chances, and we're going to a different platform. Although I love this platform, the Q&A and the interaction and all of that is fantastic, but there's just some technical issues that may be you
Spreaker
know
is gonna
preventing us from going pro.
Yeah, they're going to say, no, our connection's fine. Someone on your end keeps cutting the guy out, and then you're going to like go down and catch Carol in the action of just like pulling the plug on me. You know what I mean?
Well, I have technical details and I could show you, but it's really boring. So there's routing issues once we get onto their end of the network. So
Really
anyhow,
got you. Anyway, so what's the next question for us today?
um, hey, so let me ask you this. We're talking about personal finances. I'm actually looking at my desk here, which is in dire need of organization. And it's one of the things I was going to do yesterday, and I didn't get to it because of some other issues that came up. Sometimes life happens and readjusts your priorities. Um, but how can getting organized impact your finances?
Mike, I cannot personally overemphasize the need for people to get massively organized. If your life is not in order, if you're out of structure, hear me now. I know this is going to sound a little controversial. God will not and cannot bless you. God is a God of order. And one of the reasons why some people are not more blessed is because they haven't slowed down and done the dirty work, the not so sexy work of slowing down and getting organized and in order. This goes for every area of your life. So how getting organized can impact your finances. You know what I honestly believe, Mike? I honestly believe that you've got to make room for blessings. Do you know any piece of clothing that you don't wear? I believe that you keeping it in your closet, call me crazy and strange, but keeping clothes that you do not wear is affecting your financial energy. Like, you should do one of three things with everything you possess: keep it, give it, or sell it. And if you would slow down and literally go through your garage, your office, your living room, your kitchen, and literally just, even if you did, there's 52 weeks in a year. So if you made a list of every area of your life that needs organization, like if you really gave an hour a day, you'd be surprised how much you could get done in your garage. If you gave an hour a day, you'd be surprised how much you could get done in your closet, right? Just 1 hour. Like, even listen to Fuel for Success while you do it. Get caught up on some episodes and grow. Like, pump it out, baby, or listen to some good motivational teaching, or just some good upbeat music you haven't listened to in a while. Put your hat on backwards and organize, and literally make 3 different piles and say, okay, I'm going to keep this, I'm going to give this, or I'm going to sell this. Like, some of you could probably make an extra $1,000 this week just by selling things you don't use on eBay or Craigslist. Like, I literally believe it's so important that you're organized, that you're orderly, that you're clean, and I do believe it impacts our finances, because to be financially, am I still live on the show?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
you're here.
I just never know when I'm not going to be live here. So,
I'm
Mike.
going to make a point, so I want to make sure you can hear me.
Yeah, I'm like about to say something. I'm going to make sure people can hear here. Like, to really have true financial freedom, from what I've studied through Dave Ramsey and all these books on wealth and finances and being a millionaire, that being like tenaciously, viciously on top of your finances, knowing where every penny is going, like knowing literally where every penny is going, knowing your budget, your expense, your income. Like, literally, most people don't even know. Like, right now, if you said, hey, how much is in your savings account, or how much is in your checking account, if you can't like rattle off the number right now, then you're really not on top of your personal finances. So I think it's important to go through you know why most people are not organized? These people that say, well, I'm not an organized person. Well, of course you're not, because you accept that. Like the problem with most people, Mike, is they accept too much. You don't have to accept that you're bad with money. Okay, let's say today you're bad with money. So you can change. You can study. You can start taking courses. You can change your habits. You do not have to accept that, oh, I'm just disorganized. No, you're not. Yes, you are. But you know you're not. Like change. Change. Make up your mind and learn some things about organization. Prioritize it. It's not sexy. It's not fun. It's not exciting. It's not exciting to go through your junk drawers or your garage or your closets. But I'm in the process of doing that right now in my life, Mike. Every area of my life, I'm going with a keep, give, or sell. Everything. But I can tell you this: the things that we've got hidden in our closets that we never use, it would be so valuable to a single mom out there or a homeless person. Probably like 40% of the clothes you don't wear, a homeless person would love to have. So I really believe you need to get prosperity going in your life. You've got to get organized and you've got to create room.
I like that. We
Well, I mean,
actually just Saturday,
why pray for God to give you a better car if you don't take care of the one you have now? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about with getting organized. I like what Julia said here. I love the Dave Ramsey quote, money flows and you have to tell it where to flow. That's good. That's really good. Sherry said I
yeah,
keep
it's
a
going to
gift.
flow either way, right?
What'd you say there, Mr. Mike?
I said
Good.
it's gonna flow either way. So
Yeah, I like what Joe
to
said too. Things that you don't need, donate to the Mission 25 auction. Good job, Joe. Good point.
yeah. Al says I need to acknowledge you every once in a while. I don't know if he means like on the show or just in life.
Yeah, let's talk about
Just
that,
kidding.
Al. Maybe Nike needs to be kinder to me. Is that what you're feeling too, Al? Both. Okay, I appreciate the
Yeah.
constructive criticism. We can take that, buddy. We can take it. Appreciate the straight shooting. Hey, speaking of straight,
I think he was talking about
what was he talking about?
Al was talking about how when you went, hey, am I still on the show? Because I'm just sitting here and I could be frozen, right? I should be like, that's right, Matt, and then you'd know you're still alive.
Yeah, good point, Al. We got to get Mike moving a little bit more. You got to let Mike sometimes just go wow or hmm or ooh. You know what I'm saying? This stone face.
No, I'm not frozen.
Oh, you keep me laughing, kid. You keep me laughing, my man. Um, Somebody said they're going to
What were we
start the
talking about?
process today, and that makes it worth it to me. Who said that? Let me get up here. Said they're going to start the give, keep, or sell process. No, listen, be quick to give things away. Be quick. Like, listen, the fastest way to get money energy going in your life is to start giving. And that doesn't mean you have to give everything away. Some of the things you need to sell because you can pay down more debt and put more in savings. Don't sell stuff and then just go buy more stuff. You know what I'm saying? I believe in the keep it simple. I literally believe in the keep it simple lifestyle. Let life be simple. You know, some of the people that just keep getting stuff and stuff and stuff, you know what they're finding? They're not any happier. They're not any happier, my friend. You know, we in America, like the average person in third world countries would think that we live like gods. The average person lives. We don't need as much stuff as we accumulate.
That's absolutely true. You know, the other thing, Matt, we Saturday morning we cleaned out my garage.
Yeah.
End of winter, things get put in there. Sometimes just being real, when it's like 25 degrees below zero and there's a north wind blowing 40 miles an hour, and it's like I got to put this in the garage. You're not spending a lot of time organizing and straightening it out and getting. Sometimes things just get sort of shoved in there, and so by the time springtime rolls around, it's like, yeah, we need to organize this. It was a terrible mess. But once the garage is cleaned and organized, personal energy increases. It's like I went in there yesterday. John and I went fishing for a couple hours just to grab my fishing poles. I'm like, it's so nice to have this organized and clean. and it like makes you feel better. That's that energy.
That's actually real good, Mike. And I believe that. So you're saying that when you clean the garage, you notice your energy increase,
Yeah,
and that's
for
why I
sure.
believe. That's why I believe. Um, Al's a funny guy. That's why I believe that people should go through the pain or the process or just the rigorousness and the grind of getting organized, because it will totally, you'll sleep better, you'll feel better, you'll have better vibrations, you'll have better energy, you'll have better flow, you'll have better mojo, just do it, my friends. One more thing I want to say, Mike, because I don't want anybody to misunderstand when I say keep it simple. Hey, I love what Joe said. He said, I want a yacht. That's simple. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And I believe in it. You know what I believe, though? The number one thing that people should pursue, you can get as much stuff as you want. You can get as long as you pursue a life to having more time. Because the real definition of wealth is having the time to do what you want to do. You know, I know people that have 3 cars, they have boats, they have country clubs, they have all these things, but they literally don't have the gift of time because they have to work harder
Mm.
to keep up with this lifestyle. So work harder to have more time. Yes, more money. They go hand in hand. Yes, more wealth. Yes, get a jet ski, get a motorcycle, Go ahead and get a country club membership. Cool with all of that. Go on a cruise, get a second home, get a third home. Just don't ever get to the place where you should be striving to work ridiculously hard now so you can work less, or so you can have more time with your family and more time to do your passion and more time to do what you love.
I agree. Well, personally, I don't necessarily have a wealth sort of a goal as much as a lifestyle goal. So,
Yeah,
that for me that's what
absolutely.
my motivation is.
Absolutely. Like I literally am working towards a life where I can spend time with my family, serve the
I'm yeah. So, I'll be spending most of the day today working on technology solutions, trying to figure out what we can do to make this better. And thanks, Joe, for the sidebar investment
is
advice.
Mike's.
I have different investment advice, but I'm not really too much of an investor in any of those sort of things. So, um, you're back, Matt. Can you hear me?
I literally don't know if y'all can hear me because I don't hear Mike at
Yeah, I got
all.
you.
Can you? If you can hear me, just type yes. If you can hear me, type yes. Okay, so you can hear me. Can you hear Mike? Type yes.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me now?
I'm taking over,
Check two.
baby. I'm just kidding. I can hear you now, Mike. Mike, I want to read the email that you're going to
What are
send
you
to.
doing over there?
Oh, oh, it just doesn't feel right. Let me fix that.
Doesn't feel right.
Dude, that's my need for
That's
organization.
better.
Like it was out
Way
of
better.
place. So that affects me. Like I cannot go to sleep unless my room is clean. I can't. Who can sleep in a messy room? How? How? How do you
Me.
do it? How? I don't get you. Anyway, Mike, we got 20 seconds left. I think we're out of questions for the day, but it was a good day, my friend. Hopefully you guys have learned. Mike, why don't you just share like something that they can take home as a result of what we shared today?
Clean your garage. Do it now.
It's just a
No, you know what? Organization is really key, and keeping things organized uh, is really a powerful concept. And if you're not an organized person, become an organized person. Um, a lot of times, lack of organization is due to clutter. Get rid of the clutter. I like what you said about keep, sell, or give. A lot of
give.
us could really do well to give away a lot of things.
It's that simple. It's that simple. Give, keep, sell. You know what I'm saying? But don't keep because you're a hoarder. Do not be a hoarder. Do not be. What else do they call it? A hoarder, pack rat. Don't be a pack rat. Listen, if you don't, unless it's like got sentimental value, if you don't use it in 90 days, sell it or give it. Like get it out of your life. You don't need it. Yeah. So
Good.
we'll be back tomorrow, my friends, at 9 a.m. to be talking about spirituality and how to stay patient when technology totally messes up your life. But anyways, you guys go live it up, my friends. Do it, okay? Take what we've said and take it. Eat the chicken, throw away the bones. Find what works for you. Thank you for your time. Don't forget, blast this out to your friends and family. If you know anybody, if you know somebody that can benefit from this show, text them the link. Take this link, copy it, and text it, and they can watch it right on their phone. Go to iTunes and type in Fuel for Success. Go to fuelforsuccess.tv and check us out. We'll be seeing y'all tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. God bless you as you guys go get organized and have a blast.
God bless you tomorrow.